What a beautiful day, and I just finished a photo shoot and I absolutely love the lighting of it. I got one more to go before I can head home, but the next shoot is going to be 2 hours away. So I must well use this opportunity to have a little bit of a fanboy talk about Olympus. Let's get started. Before I can sit down and talk to you guys, I need to sit down because I did a poll, not a poll really, a comment piece on my YouTube comment page. So many of you actually contributed, and so I'm going to reflect what you guys said about Olympus and what they have done in the past that you think is cool, and what they have done now that you think it's not so good. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit heated, so brace for it. Right, let's sit down and talk about it, because this can be a heated discussion. I wouldn't say heated, but for the 108 comments that I received through the community page I have on YouTube, I can sense a general sort of frustrations among the Olympus camp, the Olympus community. So I'm not trying to, say anything in particular, but more like reflecting how you feel about the OM system in 2024. And if you guys haven't seen the comments or seen the question, and you would like to reflect or contribute to the community about how you feel about OM system in 2024, please leave the comment down below. I would like to hear from you as well. And hopefully at some point, maybe someone from OM system will read the comments and they can kind of get what the end users really are thinking at the moment and what do they really want. And one of the things that caught my eyes is that the general frustration about the lack of developments in the 1.8 and 1.7 prime lenses from both Olympus and Panasonic. Well, this is really not an exclusive thing, because both cams now have seen the slowdown in lens development, especially these little prime lenses that we so love. And I'm not joking. We talked about this many times in the past few years already. And even in my recent videos, the Yongnuo 17mm 1.7, I said about the same thing. No one has developed an updated version of these brilliant prime lenses. We want something newer. We want something slightly better. Optically, they're fine. They're brilliant lenses still, but maybe give us some weather sealing, like updated the formula, maybe just a little bit if they want to. Even if they don't want to, give us a new shell, weather seal. I'm totally happy with that, because now we have a lot of really good weather seal bodies, and if you really want a really good travel system that can withstand some sort of like wetness, from rains and something like that, if you want to still go and shoot, you can't take those little primes. You have to take a pro zoom lenses or a pro prime lenses, and those are bulkier, bigger and heavier. We want small system, right? This is what Micro Four Thirds is all about. So another thing to talk about is model lineup. Well, this is not exclusive to OM system or Olympus before that, and that applies to also Panasonic as well, but we are talking about Olympus. Currently we only have the high-end model lineup, the OM1, the OM5. So all the other really popular models and the lineup is completely gone. The pen line is gone, the EM10 is gone, and we don't have any of those little cameras that we really adore in the past. And I'm not entirely sure the reasons behind it. I'm not in a position to speak about it, but I can see how many of you are missing those models, and I wouldn't disagree, because I miss them as well. If I have a choice, I would like to see a Pen F2, and that's for sure. Pen F2, a high-end pen, is kind of what I want to see, but I can see the appeal, like the EPL, the EP series, and also definitely the EM10. I want to see another EM10 at some point. That would be my wish, because I see those cameras being a very easy to recommend cameras to beginner, to enthusiast, to mum and dad, who doesn't want to spend $2,000 on a camera, who just want a nice enough camera to capture nice photos for kids' birthday, on holiday and things like that. Things are really expensive these days, so like a low-end models would definitely capture a lot of people's attention. And if one day they really like the system, who stopped them from upgrading? They would probably still upgrade to the high-end model eventually anyway. So a beginner level cameras would get them into the system, buying into Micro Four Third, buying into the brand, and I think it's very important. And that's my 2 cents, but I don't know how you think about it, but please do leave some comment down below. So, and now general comments from you guys is definitely very specific or very relating to the current OM System Corporation. Is to do with the focus in terms of their direction of photography. Right, we can see that since about 2 years ago, they have a very primary focus on wildlife, outdoor and macro photography. And I know many of you, myself included, bought the system for a lot of different things, whether it's going to be portrait, travel in general, the street photography. I think street photography is a big thing for Micro Four Third because it's small, inconspicuous, it's very discreet system because they're small, right? And that's one of the things that why many of you talked about Pen, because Pen is such a very good street photography camera. So many of you bought into that system because of that reasons, right? So the current focus is definitely not something that a lot of you wanted to see for the past 2 years at least. Something that I am unsure whether OM System, would change. And obviously I'm not in a position to talk about any of this stuff here. But from what you're saying here, I'm part of the camp because I'm not a wildlife photographer, I'm not an outdoor photographer. I am, however, a travel photographer, so this kind of related in a way. And also, I use OM System stuff to film videos, to do my commercial filming projects, even though lately I've been using GX7 because it's just a more capable Micro Four Third video camera. But OM System is no slouch. I always like to use the system. The color science is great, and I love using the just a very small compact filming gear. Sometimes in certain locations, certain situations, so it's fine. But I can see your frustrations. I can see and I can understand it. It's nothing that I think that could change their mind if there's something that a corporation sees is profitable or something that is good. They're going to stick with that, and perhaps maybe they will expand at some point and bring back some focus towards other genre of photography, whether it's going to be travel and street photography, because I think it's good to be diverse. It's good to have other things that the company that we're known for being brought back to the current focus. And finally, you guys also expressed that you're concerned about the lack of developments in both the lens roadmaps and model lineup. It's kind of a combination of everything we just talked about, right? In the roadmaps, we've seen new zoom lenses, the long tele lenses and macro lenses being launched, but once again, they were tying to the wildlife and outdoor theme that they've been going for the past 2 years. So now that's been done. And we haven't seen any other new items being added to the roadmap, so we don't know what else is coming, and whether it's going to be wide angle primes, standard zooms, and updated version of them. I know they have already released the Mark II version of the 12 to 40 2.8, but that is more like a rebranding thing, and there's not so much about a brand new optics. So I'm not entirely sure how many of these lenses are going to be updated, if they are going to be updated. But I would like to see some new primes, that's for sure. That's personal. If I would like to see like a 12mm f1.2 Pro, for instance. I would like to see an ultra wide like the Panasonic 9mm 1.7. I would like to see an equivalent of that in the Olympus camp, because they have recently discontinued the 8mm fisheye lens, and so I just would like to see a replacement of that, but not so much about fisheye, but perhaps a more rectilinear lens that is more useful for landscape and also astrophotographers. And then of course the camera as well. Like I said, they currently only have the OM1 and the OM5 lines, and there's nothing else around it. Okay, with the exception of TG7, but it's more like a point and shoot rugged camera there. But even that, TG7 is more or less a slight upgrade from the TG6, which is already a brilliant camera. Not that I have anything against the TG7, it's still a brilliant camera. I'm using one at the moment. I always take it on holiday. It's just a brilliant thing. I love that camera a lot. but would like to see maybe a slightly different version of it, maybe slightly bigger sensor, maybe slightly different feature sets compared to the TG7. You know, just make it a whole new category, new system, new kind of rugged system. And from the more interchangeable lens categories, I would like to definitely want to see pen, the premium pen, you know, the EM10 series being brought back, just to expand that lineup just a little bit. We don't need a whole like a 5, 6, 7 cameras lineup. We want to see 3 or 4, maybe, you know, at least. At the moment we have 2. You know, 3 or 4 is a good number. At least you get a different range, a different style for different people with different preferences, right? So it's all about choices. At the moment we just don't have that choice. So I guess that's probably what's been reflected on all the comments here from you guys. And what do you guys think? You know, I would like to hear from you. Please do leave some comments down below. Yeah, have a chat about the whole thing. You know, we'd like to see how you feel about the whole system at the moment. For me personally, I know some of you guys actually asked me before whether I'm still an ambassador. Yes, I'm still an ambassador. I still support the system. I still believe in the system. I still believe in the brand and everything like that. But I would say that I'm more than just about OM System ambassador. I consider myself as a Micro Four Thirds ambassador, even though I use other format these days, because I always vouch for them. I vouch for Micro Four Thirds gear, the system, the flexibility, you know, just everything about them. I love using Micro Four Thirds gear for all my travel. I don't take my full frame, I don't take my APS-C cameras to travel. It's always going to be Micro Four Thirds. More specifically, obviously, the OM System gear, like the OM1, the OM5, with a bunch of f4 Pro lenses and a couple of prime lenses. So this is my feeling about everything else. I still believe in them. I really hope that they can thrive in the future. They can you know, be relevant in the future in the community. So yeah, let's make something happen. And yeah, don't forget to leave some comment down below. Definitely want to hear from you. Until next time, see you all very soon. I'm gonna head out to my second shoot now. Bye for now. Peace out.